Hello, hello, my beauties and bees, and welcome to another installment of Cryptic Corner, where we explore the unexplained, the supernatural, the paranormal and hidden, the mysterious, the alien, the accursed, and the forbidden. I'm your host, Miss Bumble Bree, and today we are going into the far reaches of space because every now and then I'll throw onto the poll just one of these alien race from the extraterrestrial channeling communities, right? And kind of feel that out. Now, I've done insectoids and of course the classic gray aliens and such, but the other one that always pops up, like is pretty prominent, is the Nordic aliens, which are also known as the Pleiadians. And I kind of wanted to see if we could explore them a little bit because to me they remind me of elves, but like from like Lord of the Rings elves. But we'll see. So I found a channel that takes this stuff super serial, Astral Legends TV. Yeah, and they have write-ups on all the alien races, so we might revisit this. We might learn about the Lyrans, which look like lion people. We might learn about the Anunnaki or the Atlanteans. Tower of Babel unveiled. Look, they got some religious stuff in here too. If you go to the video section, it's like all the different races and stuff from all across the stars. The Cardians, which look like bird people. We got Imyrna, uh, whatever that is. Yeah, it's pretty out there. There's a lot going on here, a lot to absorb. Didn't she used to work at Jabba the Hutt's palace? I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah. And look, it's Smeagol's cousin, Sasani. Hi, Sasani. That doesn't look like a gray alien to me. This one looks like Val Kilmer. Anyway, but with all these guys looking so freaky, right? It's often easy to forget that the Pleiadians actually look like blonde white people. The Pleiadians look like me. I don't look like a Pleiadian. I'm not pretty enough. You have to have like sharp features, tiny, tiny features, and giant eyes. And I don't have any of that. I have squinty eyes most of the time, especially when I'm stoned, which is like all the time. And I have a big mouth and a big nose. So no, I'm not a Pleiadian. Not a Pleiadian. Don't have the features for it, but you'll see. You'll see what it comes down to when we talk about the Pleiadians now. Tell me how the audio is on this, because
Did you know the Pleiades, which is situated 440,000 light-years from Earth, is a vibrant stellar cluster, commonly known as the Seven Sisters throughout the universe? Colonized by humanoid refugees from the Mansi system near Vega, who have interacted and visited Earthlings on Earth. These ancient astronaut settlers arrived in colossal arcs, away from the Orion-Lyran wars, millions of years ago in the fifth dimension, and their specific race represent 3 of the original 4 Pleiadian racial groups. Ahel.
Wow, look at this cyborg bra. Do you want cyborg clothes? Look, you even have like little lights, like this isn't even lights, it's just like reflectors that match your hair though. Do you have to have the reflectors to match your hair, or can you mix them in?
Noor and Tal. Their mission was to terraform the first 3 planets of 10, as the others were unfit for life. The system's desolation kept it hidden from the reptilian Chiakar Empire, making it an unattractive target. Advancing rapidly in interdimensional travel,
There's so much lore buried here, I don't know how we're going to keep up.
they ascended to the 5th density for protection, starting anew, free from centralized control. The Pleiadians
5th density? What the hell? What's that even mean?
are often depicted as tall, elegant beings, standing between 7 to 9 feet tall. They typically have fair, pale complexions, though some exhibit green or blue skin tones. Their hair commonly ranges from long straight blonde to silver white, and their facial features bear resemblance to both Nordic people and Asiatic indigenous Earth natives. Legend has it that they traverse galaxies aboard ships of light, embodying a mysterious and advanced civilization. Many in the past and present consider them as ambassadors of enlightenment.
This is super corny, huh? Is this corny enough for you guys? So these are actually the second most popular aliens that people experience in sleep paralysis after the gray aliens and the gray alien subspecies or whatever, because there's different kinds of gray aliens or zeta reptilians or whatever you want to call them. The gray guys with the big eyes. Sometimes they're gray, sometimes they're not gray.
Attuned to the universe's symphony. They have relationships and many
Morning,
intermarriages with other races from other planets. Throughout history, they've been intertwined with human consciousness, mentioned in ancient stories and revered as guides of spiritual growth. Many have communicated with them through mystical channels, receiving teachings beyond mortal understanding. Their technology is said to be incredibly advanced over 1,000 years ahead, hints at a comprehension of existence beyond our grasp. Legends.
Yeah, Henry's playing in the park while we dive into different alien races. Yeah, puppy. We have a puppy at the house, Henry. He's 3 months old. He's some kind of shepherd mix, but I think he's got a little husky in him because he's very talkative. He loves to talk. So that's why Ben's like, oh, you know what? We're going to go talk in the park instead of talking in the yard. Well, Bree does her stream. Thank you, Ben.
Tell of their influence on human history, subtly shaping events alongside earthly civilizations. In the pursuit of enlightenment, many of the various races of Pleiadians are seen as symbols of hope, urging individuals to rise above the mundane and embrace cosmic consciousness. In the Pleiadian havens known as the Seven Sisters, each planet governs itself. Ahel and Ta'ali.
He knows, native atheist. He knows. Yeah. They're lost. Absolutely.
Planets have royal councils, while the Nuri operate through an assembly. They named their cluster Manahai, symbolizing their ambition to start afresh, reminiscent of their original world Mana from Liran. Technologically, they're millennia ahead, accessing antimatter dimensions, or what they term the antiverse. One faction settled around Alcyone, separate from those in Taygeta due to disputes over planetary choices. Ta'ali dissenters favored Error over Temer, designated for Ahel, leading to their relocation.
See, there's so many names and so much lore here. How do we even get started on trying to crack into this? Leading to their, like, Tali dissenters favored Era over Temer, designated for Ahel, leading to their relocation. What the fuck? There's so much lore here. So much to piece together. I just want to know how they relate to what was the ones that we watched before with there was like dragon people and there were janitors. There were janitors, remember? The janitors, and then there was that Tartaria? That was beyond the ice wall, wasn't it? There were the Anunnaki, and then they were fighting the janitors. I want to know how these people fit into that. Yeah.
Exposed to dominant galactic forces, they formed alliances with the Orion and Altair groups out of necessity. But not all Pleiadians are benevolent. The Tal Shiar aimed for dominion in Talihara, but faced resistance from Orion and Kiakahar empires, tarnishing their...
Of course they did. The Kiakahar Empire is sort of like that. They have a history of being resisting. They have a resisting history.
Reputation. Erahel, in the Taygeta system, stands as a beacon of peace and knowledge. Housing civilization's archives, it supports diverse life across 5 climatic zones. Despite the distance,
5 climatic zones? Is it like on the planet? I think we cover more than 5 climatic zones with human civilization. Or are you talking like interplanetary climatic zones?
Travel from Erahel to Earth takes 14,000 hours, or just 4 hours with warp speed.
Yeah, just 4 hours with warp speed. The warp speed's the important feature.
Predominantly, Erahel played a crucial role in humanity's genetic history, aiding Anunnaki in early Earth experiments. Era is a warm and temperate planet sustaining a wide variety of life forms and biozones. The planets are mainly silicate. They imported many vegetal and animal species from their home world Maya, recreating a natural biohabitat with 5 climates.
Sorry to judge your grammar, AI guy. You were ahead of me. Your access to the database. The world Maya, is Maya even here? Does Maya even know she has her own world? Guess she's gonna be the goddess of something, but the video is louder than you, or vice versa.
Tropical,
Chat,
tepid,
chat, chat.
temperate,
Looks like we're
glacial,
about the
and
same.
polar. They have seasons, rain and snow, luxuriant forests, deep
I do
valleys,
like to be a
stunning
little bit louder.
coastlines, and numerous high mountain ranges. It is a magnificent world. Turquoise blue skies can be seen from space, with 7 moons laying across the horizons. This world is populated by the Arhel colony, a pale-skinned, grey-skinned, and fair-skinned, blue-eyed, blonde, white, or dark brown-haired race from Maya, indistinguishable from Nordic Earthlings. They are
Except for that they're 7 to 9 feet tall, you said earlier. So I think that's pretty distinguishing from, like, people on Earth can get over 7 feet tall, but it's definitely not like a average or normal thing.
spiritual race, cultivating arts, serving attainment, inner peace, and spiritual ascension, such as ethereal.
Oh yeah, this is all AI. The art's AI, the video clips are AI, the voice is AI. You know,
Music, dance, visuals, and lovemaking. Something very particular to the Ahel because of its natural photosensitivity, adapted by their planet Asha'ara, as well as genetic heritage, is their skin being exceptionally sensitive to sensual touch. The Pleiadians distinguish, in the act of love, reproductive function from transfiguration of consciousness. Many of their
they have sexy skin where if you touch them, you can make them come. That's pretty awesome. Like, ah, ah. I don't know. I guess that's what that means. That they're hypersensitive. But doesn't it, you have hypersensitive nerve endings? I don't know if I'd want that. At least not like all over my body.
advanced floating sky cities are in the skies of Asha'ara, shimmering like glowing crystal white cities with large land masses of green nature, flying birds and extravagant architecture reminiscent of futuristic Greek cities. There is a part in their brain that activates puberty, and they can switch it on at will to stimulate the epidermis receptor cells. Regarding entwined soul ascension, all aspects of the being are enthused. The physical.
Did they just say that they can like flip on their puberty whenever? Like they have a switch, a puberty switch?
Symbolized by the skin, and the internal, which is the genital connexon. The mental emotional aspect of love and spiritual energy of vibrational elevation in frequency. These 3 aspects combined allow them to reach higher realms of pure connection with mother and father consciousness, transcending densities as high as the 13th density source.
It's important to transcend densities. Hello, good morning, right-handed Seth. What densities do you transcend? The 13th seems a little bit excessive. If I could just get through like the second, third, maybe even the 4th density, I think I'd be all right.
In this attained state of bliss, they are only pure disembodied, universal, and omnipresent infinite consciousness. Concerning procreation, Pleiadians choose to perform it at the same moment or not, knowing that combining both is a very special moment in one's life, when the highest realms of ecstasy are embraced, the ultimate condition to ignite an impulse for the binding of a soul into a new incarnation.
Ooh, thank you, Captive Desk. Let's see, received a gift membership by Captive Desk. We got Sophia of Athens, Scott Owens, Holy Spackle, Sam Pleaides, and Farin Salas. Yay! Enjoy your gift memberships. Welcome to the Hive. Go ahead and stomp across there with your Bigfoot feet. Do I have a Dr. Ben promo thing? I don't know. Hold on. Commands. If I did, it would be Ben. I don't think I do though. No, don't got a link for Ben stuff, but I should get one, definitely.
For reasons of practicality, they have also developed the option of artificial conception in life pods, but they usually choose the natural way.
That's the Enterprise? Is that supposed to be a Pleiadian ship? Because that's just the Enterprise. Like, badly rendered, like, with its parts all out of whack, but it's the parts for the Enterprise. I mean, right? I'm seeing this right. It's just they've taken the whatever the thruster or whatever is that goes on the other side over there and taken it off of the other thruster and stuck it up in the air because AI is stupid. But it's just reorganizing the Enterprise. I'm pretty confident.
Education, there are schools of specification. Each new child's abilities are identified and enticed to develop at their possibilities in order for the being to achieve their mission and
That is upside down Enterprise. Upside down Enterprise. It's the Pleiadian ships are just upside down USS Enterprise. So, or US Enterprise.
Operations. Most youngsters are regrouped into specific schools of learning regarding their common talents. Their favorite leisure is to spend time outdoors, as well as gather for social entertainments such as games or artistic activities,
You're just describing human children.
Including concerts. Pleiadians are not into competitive sports like Earthlings. They believe that the best way to...
Maybe I am a Pleiadian, because I don't really care about sports much either. Competitive sports. Good morning, my unfinished journey. Well, a general constitution class starship at any rate, and those are warp nacelles. Okay.
Attain improvement is through personal development and not by competitive comparison. We have a vegetal alimentation. The race.
Spending time outdoors in space. Yeah, but it's a vegetal space. They've created vegetal space. It's all vegetal.
A hell is based on an organic life form, but there is an upper class called the Elders who choose not to incarnate because they passed a certain level of...
Maybe you're a reptilian. What are the reptilian? Or maybe you're Anunnaki, Joshua Davidson. Have you ever considered that maybe you're Anunnaki? I'm pretty confident that I'm a Pleiadian, right? Got the whole Pleiadian thing going on. Ooh, ooh. Ah, damn, I'm so happy with the way my body's developed. Sorry to be weird about it, but at least you like me. So, last few months have really changed things. But I know maybe it's me being a Pleiadian too, or a Nordic. Yeah.
Evolution. It is said the Elders can wander out of their body at will and return to it, being forever linked. They ingest vegetal ailments, primordial components, and energized water. The energized water is drunk when traveling to allow their body...
Is the energized water vegetal? I didn't know vegetal was going to become such an important word for this TED Talk. Have you ever covered the tall whites? The lore is crazy. Which I need to make a playlist of the ones I've covered so they can all go together. But as far as aliens that I've covered, I know I've done insectoids. I did insectoids not that long ago, actually. Yeah, I was at Invasion of the Mantis Men, so that was 178. That was just in March. But when it comes to gray aliens, me see here. We're gonna look at the Cryptic Corner playlist real quick. Um, take a quick step away from here, and we're gonna pull that up. No, I didn't want to edit it. I just wanted to open it. There we go. All right, so this is the Cryptic Corner playlist, and we'll go through and see what we've covered so far. It's kind of out of order, but we'll work with what we got. Oh, I didn't mean to move that. Yeah, there's the Peruvian face peelers. Remember those? But we have what? Ada's an alien, which is that little alien mummy thing. Let's see, Midwest Fireball, Hawaiian UFO, Black Triangles, of course. EBE, that's the one that does the interview about the fate of humans. Atmospheric jellyfish are kind of alien, but not really. Let's see. Any other alien stories? Humanoid Encounter, episode 2. That's way, way throwback. You'll see me with a beard if you watch that episode. Yeah, Nightcrawler's like the Fresno Nightcrawler right there. Michigan UFO, that was topical at the time that episode was airing. I wish these were in order. It's kind of annoying that the playlist stays them all wonky like this. I think it stays them like in the order of the favorites. I could probably reorganize it somehow, but yeah, there's the Invasion of the Mantis Men. That's the one I was talking about. Let's see. A lot of weird stuff. Remember the Dark Furby episode? That was fun. It's been a while since I've done any Dark Furby. The Titan Trees, too. That was a crazy episode. But when it comes to alien topics, I do like to cover the different races that they have. You know, Greys or Anunnaki, whatever the hell the janitors are supposed to be. We had some alien implants too. Remember that? What else? I'm looking for a certain group of them. Underground Kingdom of the Grand Canyon. Before I split up weird with it, or Weekend Weird. That's probably where that would go now if I did that episode. Yeah, there was a UFO sightings. Was the Michigan? There's a UFO crash in Vegas. We do a lot of UFO coverage. I do like UFOs, and you'll see that if you stick around, because sometimes I don't shut up about them. We also have interdimensional beings that we talk about, like machine elves. You got to watch out for those machine elves. You never know what they're gonna do. It's Slender Man, Peruvian face peelers, which we mentioned earlier. Got some Atlantis stuff, so I know a lot of people are into Lost Civilization, so that's in there. There's the Black Goo alien, could be. Yeah, so that's what we have out there.
To shift at will while not having to deal with food evacuation. Pleiadians have the choice for solid meal when not performing space travels. The major rule they live by is ingesting food.
Good morning, my unfinished journey. Hail Hive Science, hail Bree, becoming her best self. Well, thank you. Please excuse my tardiness. I was capitalizing off MAGA ignorance. That'll happen, John. Yeah. Bree and Brentley. Bree Bress. I don't want to drop names, but it rhymes with Dentley. Is that what's happened? Is that where everybody's at? Is everybody over at Brentley's this morning?
That has no heart and no face. Otherwise, eating blood life
What?
forms lowers down the vibrational frequency. Pleiadians believe they are not space
he is
relatives to
live.
humans on Earth. The only difference is they were born somewhere else. They are not
Good
guardians
morning,
of the
Brentley.
planet, not like the Galactic Federation of Worlds or Council of Five. They are not gods, or what legends may know them as angels. Many Pleiadians have left messages on Earth that they do not and should not be worshipped. They promote spiritual evolution, but are liberating.
They say that, but I think it's an individual's choice. And if you all want to worship me, well, then worship me. That's fine. But, you know, I can't save you or anything like that. I'm not that kind of benevolent goddess. I'm just like, yes, you're all good.
Fighters when necessary, and most fight wars on many planets under the Federation of Worlds. They wish that Earthlings will be able to join the Federation of Worlds one day when they stop looking at each other as inferior, just like many races more advanced than them.
Morning, PC.
Currently, they all had to start from primitive mindsets to more evolved mindsets. Pleiadian views on life are that all life is immortal, that the soul is eternal.
July is sort of the alien month. And since I don't have a video on gray aliens, which I thought I did, maybe I need to make them a priority at some point, maybe for July, because that's like, you know, Roswell and all that. And we haven't ever done that. Oh, yeah, I guess I did have Roswell videos too. So, Roswell, yeah, Roswell, the second crash site. I did that video in August of 2023.
Because all life forms are a fractal of Source. Each being is made of a substance that is part of the creator of all, known as the Source. Source will never die because Source was never born. The Source is the great force that is love. Other than this view, they have no gods or idols like Earthlings.
The Source sort of sounds like the Force, doesn't it? The Source, the Force, of course. I got a call from a person on restoring a table. When I pulled in the drive, I saw a MAGA sticker on their car, so I doubled the bid. Then he told me he needed it back by Monday. That's an extra $250. You gotta do business.
An Arahel scientist named Thor was sent by the GFW on Earth with the US government back.
Ooh, it's Valiant Thor, guys. Valiant Thor's a Pleiadian? Is that new lore? Because we just covered, I haven't even cut the Valiant Thor episode yet. We just covered that. When was that? Valiant Thor, when were ya? It's not been that long ago. Spring Hill Jack. Yeah, it was just April 26th, so about a month ago we talked about Valiant Thor. Here he is again!
In the 1940s, to advance their knowledge on hyperspace travel. This extraterrestrial can be found in many recently released government documents, where it is stated that many live on the planet Earthlings called Venus, and many of these beings visit Earth like a vacation, including himself. When he came in contact with the US government, he was indistinguishable from the common man except for his outfit that was made out of non-Earth elements. His goal was to speed up the advancement of humans before the new growing threat.
Anybody remember the My Favorite Martian movie with Christopher Lloyd? Where he had the talking suit that is voiced by Wayne Knight. If you don't know who Wayne Knight is, he's the big guy who gets eaten by the Dilophosaurus in Jurassic Park. Yeah, anyway.
Threat of the Siakar Empire. Unfortunately, the US representatives and many foreign nations denied assistance from the Federation of Worlds. When they were contacted in 1954, they fell to the habitual con of the empire. The US President Eisenhower was warned about different life forms visiting Earth, some being pleasant and others not at all. So some being pleasant is going to be
blonde European looking people, and then not pleasant is going to be this alien dude. What if it was the other way around? What if this was the pleasant guy and the Pleiadians were the villains? I think that makes a more engrossing story, right?
They would have agreed for help. They would deactivate all weapons and would
Sapphire, where do these non-Earth elements fit on the periodic table? They get their own periodic table.
end all wars, which would cultivate spiritual evolution and the joining with the Galactic Federation of Worlds. Pleiadians have an active program in assistance of the elevation of consciousness, assisting in finding freedom from the oppressive servitude of the Kiakar Empire and the Orion and Altair groups, who are the Pleiadians that supported the Nazi.
Yes, they're Mormons. They're super nice, but they're a little wackadoo. Space Mormons.
Party. As such, they entice awareness opening through education, information, and channelings with spiritual mediums working through the high frequencies of the energy grid. Many.
So you can channel Pleiadians. Like, channeling is kind of my new, because that's what people like lean to when you're like when you back them into a corner about evidence for any of this stuff. They're like, oh, it's channeled. Even when it comes to like Bigfoot and stuff, they're like, oh, no, I mean, I can't physically get them to come here. I channel them. I go into the woods and channel them. It's like, okay, okay. You go in the woods and you pretend you're talking to Bigfoot inside your head. I get it. Or you convince yourself you're talking to Bigfoot inside your head. Whichever. Since there's no way to test it, those are indistinguishable.
Are also a part of the Envoy program that involves incarnating into Earth bodies to perform groundwork more efficiently. This program on Earth is known as star seeds. Most cargo ships are made for long space travel and have cylindrical.
Ooh, star seeds. Maybe I'm a star seed. That's what I'm doing here. I think so. I think I'm a star seed. That makes sense.
Shapes. The patrol ships are smaller and discoidal. The fleet decades have a more oblong profile. The third planet of the Asha'aru system is Timar, which is a smaller world than Era, but the administrative central for the Ashara system. Temperate and also luxuriant with nature, Timar is more populated proportionally than Era. The Timahu are the Tal colony from Omankera.
What is it? Oh, hold on. What was she wearing? What the fuck was...
The Timahu are the Tal.
The Timahu, like, they just getting their spaceships bare-assed, I guess. That's amazing. But they got her titty restraint and keep them titties from floating around in zero gravity. You don't want to be all distracted by floating titties when you're trying to shoot spaceships from... Apparently she's shooting out a closed window. I don't know. Maybe it's one-way glass. Like literally, the bullets can only go one way through, and stuff can't get back through. I don't know how this works, but she's opening fire within the confines of her pod. But you do you, girl.
The colony from Omankera. The complete Tal royal family who used to reign over the man races had escaped, as we know, to the Orion district and vanished into oblivion. Hence, a new government was formed on Timar from the union of a female royal descendant and a military hero. The Tali are cousins of the Ahil, with some differences, for instance, their alimentation. They are therefore more to elevate their frequency into higher densities.
How is your frequency? How dense is your frequency, Hive? On a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to put it in the side chat here, just how dense your frequency is. Like today, how dense your frequency is. I'll start because mine's at like a 7. There you go. Let me know how dense your frequency is.
They are therefore more vulnerable to lower frequency races such as reptilians and greys. This is why they...
Lower frequency races. Are we a low frequency race or a high frequency race?
Only choose to work in the background,
Good morning,
especially in the military operations on Earth. Also, their spirituality is not based on sensitivity and sensuality like that.
Damn, Aunt Jur. Aunt Jur's vibrating. She just vibrates higher than the rest of us. That's the only thing that we can take away from that. Aunt Jur's vibrate. I'm surprised we can even see Aunt Jur, how much she vibrates. Captive Desk is at an 8. Clockwork Wax is at 100. On a scale of 1 to 10, that's insane. I understand if you put enough butter, it tastes just like lobster. Is that true, Captive Desk? What are we eating? Anunnaki?
Their cousins Ahil, but on ascetic methods which gives off the impression of coldness. Timari are involved with the Galactic Federation. They do visit Earth currently, but have not established a distinct colony. Their ships are discoidal.
So who has established a colony on Earth? Which races have done that? Are there Pleiadian races on Earth? Are they the ones that live down in Antarctica that Admiral Byrd ran into? That helped him change his tire or whatever?
Very similar to the Ahel ships. All three races, Nor, Ahel, and Ta'al, share in the Ashara system.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Bigfoot does not taste like lobster. It tastes like wild boar. Yeah. Tastes like crispy bacon. Yeah, Bigfoot bacon is the best bacon.
The same technology and engineering.
Oh, happy birthday, Native Atheist. Tomorrow is my birthday. I've, shoebill storks, hint, hint. You want somebody to get you a shoebill stork? If you'd asked before, I might have even covered shoebill storks on Brief Bestiary, but today we're doing condors. All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Native Atheist. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dog.
The fifth planet of the Asha'aru, known as the Alkorat, meaning the serene place, is inhabited by the descendants of Nor colonies. The Nori are of the same genetic root as the Ahil, but present some physiological differences. Notably, their heights can reach up to 8 feet. The Alkori live long, as the Ahil and Tali, that is to say, between 500 to 700,000 years.
So they are like elves, even in that matter. I mean, elves are immortal, but, I was there, Gandalf, 3,000 years ago.
But a genetic alteration occurred due to the successive changes of habit conditions. The Nuri people like to travel. This unfortunate alteration is such that their internal organs fail as they not grow as fast. Their body envelops. In general,
Ow.
The heart fails. Members of the
They get drenched. Their heart grows, or their heart shrinks, and it doesn't allow enough to pump their blood because it's 3 sizes too small.
GFW, as all Ash'ari, are Nor Pleiadians.
All they have to do is sing that Bahu Bovage song, and then they can have it grow and keep up with their body.
And they are involved in earth affairs. They established colonies in ancient times in Norway. They were also known in legends as the Red Hair Giants alongside the Pukshita.
Oh my gosh, the red-haired giants keep coming back up. They keep coming back into my life. So, listen, the red-haired giant lore is based on, frontier newspaper stories. So, sensationalized newspaper accounts trying to sell papers. And there is a thread of truth that runs through the red-headed aspect of this because when mammals die, the hair starts to break down, it turns red. That's why when we find remains of people in caves, they always are ginger. I mean, weren't really ginger in life, but they are now. Or like even animals, like when you find a mammoth or a woolly rhinoceros, their hair is always that orangey red color. It doesn't mean it was that color in life. That's just what color they turn as they age. As the hairs break down. You can even see this with horsehair plaster. The hair that's in the walls is always, depending on how long it's been in there. Generally, it's going to be orange by now, though.
Races. The Dakuhu reside on the 10th planet, Dakurat, meaning the place of the Guardians of Peace. This is the 4th Ash'ari race born from a unique evolution of the Nor from Alkorat. They are those who Earthlings call Pleiadians of light. They are the highest level of evolution in the man race, and they dwell in the 9th density of existence on a world they transformed alongside with their elevation. It is believed that this extraordinary development into light beings...
Now that looks like a Tartarian knight right there. Where were the Tartarian knights while these aliens were visiting us is what I want to know, because they're supposed to protect us. So the Knights of Tartaria are like were sort of the Avengers of Tartaria. So where they were when all these different alien races were visiting Earth and influencing our development, I don't know. They were supposed to be protecting us with their Tartarian powers.
Is due to the nature of Dakurat, an outward planet of the Ashari system, whose structure is crystalline and interacting molecularly with the plasmic field.
I really like that art, though. Hold on, go back.
Whose structure is crystalline.
This one right here. I love the. It's like a Leonardo's. What's that called? With the man, where he's got his arms, but with fairy wings instead. What is that called? It's gonna drive me crazy. There's a name for that art piece.
Line and interacting molecularly with the plasmic field of the cluster.
Tartarian nights, like Tartarian days.
Surpassing the restricted possibilities of the altered Nuri genetics, this colony transfigured their bodies into translucent ethereal envelopes, allowing...
How do you do that? Does it cost, like... Is it obviously it'd probably be cheaper to get done in Mexico? I've been thinking about getting a nose job in Mexico. Maybe I can get myself altered into or transfigured into a translucent ethereal envelope. Would you all like me if I was that translucent? I mean, I'm gonna run a poll on that. Actually, we're gonna find out where the Hive stands. Should I transfigure into a translucent? I feel like there's trans in here twice because I'm transfiguring into a translucent ethereal envelope. And there's only going to be 2 options you have to pick, so you have to say yes or no. You don't get to dilly-dally about it.
This colony transfigured their bodies into translucent ethereal envelopes, allowing their life space to reach incredible records. They leave when they wish, when they feel they have served their time serving the source and wish to merge back again with it. They then regenerate and come back in a new existence for a new mission. The Sakuri are wise and very powerful, and they are part of the Federation of Worlds. They have tri-dimensional ethereal ships.
But they are envelopes. Let's not parse hairs about it. At this point in time, they are envelopes. They are not beings anymore.
Powered by geometrical resonance energy, often seen as lozenges or faceted prisms. Following the Orion Wars, conflicts erupted in the Pleiades and on the once thriving planet Maldek, situated between Venus and Mars. Initially inhabited by peaceful Martians, Maldek fell victim to the hostile expansionism of the Tayakar Empire, resulting in widespread...
Frickin' Tayakar Empire! Wouldn't you know it? Always up to some kind of shenanigans. This one has 4 arms, but this one is like more of a tail than an arm. It doesn't have an elbow joint. It just slithers around. But he's a snake people, so... I don't know how snake people arms should look because snakes don't have arms. People have arms. Should the arms be like a spinal column? I don't know how efficient that would be.
Genocide. The Pleiadians of Erahel intervened, driving the Empire back, but the Draconians unleashed a devastating planet destroyer, laying waste to Maldek and its inhabitants. Then
there's Alderaan, which we don't even want to talk about right now.
Bid to preserve the lost souls of Maldek, including the peaceful Martians, various civilizations, including the Pleiadians, utilized advanced nanotechnology and quantum mechanics to seed Earth with their essence. Ancient texts and oral traditions, notably...
Yeah, if I was translucent, you really couldn't see me. I would be like you'd see the light bending maybe a little bit.
Among Australian Aboriginal tribes recount the intervention of another group of Pleiadian hybrids who genetically influenced the Olmecs and seeded early North American
Oh,
indigenous peoples.
we got some racism coming here. They're definitely from Starfleet though. Look, just whatever branch of Starfleet. I don't know what this is. You think that they'd have some kind of hair length protocol for their helmets, but these guys got to influence the Native Americans because the Olmecs couldn't have figured shit out themselves.
Alongside the Anunnaki royal family, known as the Atlanteans, the
Oh, here we
Noori played a role in populating Scandinavia with Nordic people. Through alliances and intermarriages with the Atlanteans of Nibiru, the Pleiadians and Nazcals, established a lineage that encompassed all extraterrestrial races under the umbrella of the Anunnaki. Subsequently, many Pleiadians chose to depart Earth, while others retreated underground, particularly to the subterranean city of Agartha, in order
the subterranean city of Agartha. You won't find that at Google Maps now, will ya?
to safeguard their lineage's purity. This prolonged subterranean existence is said to have altered their appearance, giving their skin a green hue. For more
That's
reference,
just the Green Man from paganism, right? From like European paganism, from Northern European. He has some different names, some different Cerdinos or Kerninos is how he's known in the UK and the old cultures that live there, the Celts and then the Britons. And, yeah.
on this topic, please purchase and read Elena Darnan's Gift from the Stars and Alien Races, and check out more references and sources in the description. If you enjoyed this episode, consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the like or dislike button to assist us in crafting more content like this in the future. Stay tuned for the next episode for more ancient mysteries with astral legends, and follow us on Instagram. You can also become a member on our Patreon at Astral Legends. May the eternal light forever guide your path. See you on the next episode.
Well, let's see here. Let's look at some of these comments though. I have to delve into this. I have a Pleiadian soul family, and I have been connected to them very intensively every second of the day and night for many years, mostly telepathic. We are here to help the planet rise. Ooh, someone thought that was super funny. Yeah. Yes, me too. I have intense experience 9 years ago with them, and now they tell me things every day. My friends used to laugh, but now, as they too are being awakened, we gather and chat about it now. And sis, my experience, I broke up with a toxic girlfriend, sold everything, and I had to quit my high-paying, stressful job and downsize my living situation. And now I live on the beach in Sydney, and life is so beautiful as I continue to hold the light of Gaia as part of our job here, Love and Light. How are you? How are you supporting yourself though if you're living on the beach? I mean, obviously you gotta have internet access to be able to watch these Pleiadian videos. Are you like just like laying back on the beach with your iPhone? I don't know what's going on here. Sure you have. I also have a link to the Pleiadians on Wikipedia. I get information every time I click on it. That's true. You watch videos like this, but still don't believe in the existence of these beings and someone can be strongly connected to them. I am mentally and physically healthy and happiest human on earth I know. Certainly also because of my connection to the spiritual world. They are very loving and constantly joke. I like to laugh and they are very helpful. You will remember yourself soon. Okay. Interesting. This is a fantastic channel. I love the lore and different races in the universe. I recently had an out of body experience. I have been suffering from depression for many years. Having an out of body experience was one of the few times of pure joy I've had. On my spirit journey down the rabbit hole I go, and I'm never coming out. I love uncovering deeper truths about the stuff, find peace and healing from it. So, with all that, thank you for those. I never used to believe that extraterrestrials were real until I was 17 at my big house party late September in 2012, Vic, Australia, and was visiting or was sitting on the couch around 1 a.m. A couple of people were passed out. One guy was asleep on the couch I was sitting on. Another girl was asleep on the couch in the lounge room. I was smoking a few cones because I hated alcohol when I was that age. So he was stoned. It was just me awake in the lounge room. Everyone else was in the garage, backyard, or the kitchen. I heard scuffling from the front door and thought it was weird. About 2 to 3 minutes later, I noticed movement at the corner of my eye. Suddenly, a tall, muscular white, around 8 foot tall, peeped around the corner and then turned the corner, hovered over to me, stopped, and stood about 10 feet away from me, just staring at me in an inquisitive way. He had no ears, white, shiny, short hair, huge blue eyes that sparkled, dressed in dark blue robes. The white had the longest chin I've ever seen. It's one of them tall whites we were talking about. I also noticed the white was hovering off the floor about 6 inches, which freaked me out. I was shit scared and tried to get up off the couch because I wanted to run far, but was physically paralyzed and in a daze. I said in my head, the fuck, who's playing tricks on me? And felt the white respond saying, you'll never be ready, in a strange language which I couldn't understand, but that's the feeling I got. Continued staring at me for about another minute and then hovered away in a dashing speed. It took a few minutes to be able to physically move again. I was in complete shock, didn't sleep for almost 2 days because of it. I don't care anymore if nobody believes me. The first year I tried to convince people of my real experience, I lost heaps of friends and some family because of it. I turned into a complete recluse and never felt the same since, especially mentally. Never been able to keep a girlfriend for more than a year. Once I reveal what I saw with my own eyes, they think I'm insane and leave me. I've never revealed this online, only doing it because it still eats at me, and I've had multiple dreams about the experience in the last year. It changed my life forever. So southeast all day, guy. I don't doubt for a moment that you had this experience. Um, Sounds like you were in a situation where you were taking mind altering substances. It was late at night, and you were sitting on a couch. Now, to speculate, I don't want to tell you your experience, but is it possible that you fell asleep sitting on that couch and had a hypnopompic experience where you dreamt that this person came up to you and then floated away and experienced some sleep paralysis? Because this sounds like quintessential sleep paralysis to me. And the worst thing that people can do about sleep paralysis is treat you like you're crazy, because that did happen. You did see that individual, but it wasn't in the physical world. It was in a hypnopompic state. So to tell you that you're crazy or that you didn't see that thing is wrong and kind of rude, honestly. You did have that experience. You lived that interaction, right? But it does not mean that it was like external, right? So I believe you and accept your experience. I'll tell this to people who experience ghost stuff as well. And I've experienced sleep paralysis. I tell this story way too much, and my regular viewers probably get tired of it. But I've experienced not being able to move and having an encounter with an entity that that wasn't really there, that was only existed in my constructed dream world, which was overlaid onto the physical world, which is what sleep paralysis basically is. It's like you take a dream overlay, and because you're awake and you're looking around and you're in your actual physical room or physical space, looking at what is actually there, but you're also having like a dream overlaid on top of it with dreamlike encounters and interactions. So it's very disturbing, very disruptive. Yeah. Anyway, that's that's what it comes down to with a lot of these supernatural encounters and stuff, is that someone had sleep paralysis incident of some type. But anyway, almost forgot. We gotta see who the channel is. Okay, so this channel was Astral Legends TV, right? They try to tie in mythology and stuff with this uh, alien. I don't want to call it folklore. It's almost like fake lore. That looks like Apocalypse from the X-Men movies. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna subscribe. I already got 243k subscribers, but I'm gonna subscribe because they got all the different races, and they did a nice little breakdown of it. Anyway, but you tell me what you think. Like when it comes to the Anunnaki or any of these other races in this galactic battlefront, or is it a secret council? I don't know. They all have different roles to play in this folklore. But you tell me what you think. Do these creatures actually exist? Are they the result of hypnopompic states? Where do they come from? Where do they go? Now, where do they come from? Cotton Eye Joe. All right. Anyway, thank you for sticking with us for this episode. Please remember to be kind, take care, and we will see you next time.